Hello, Symbiosis. It's glad to be here after 20 years of graduation. How many of you keep all your tasks and assignments until the last moment of your deadline, the last moment, and you keep studying only the previous night of the exam only? We all have plans, goals, vision, everything, and we exactly know how to achieve it or what exactly need to be done. But how many of those goals and plans have been actually accomplished? Who is stopping us from accomplishing us from our goals? Is it our parents? Is it our friends? Or society? Or that neighborhood auntie? Or the competition, market competition? So I have a very different observation on this topic. Let me invite you to my story. When I was 6-year-old, I lost my world. My father left us, leaving my mother and 4 young siblings. Immediately after that, within a month, I was taken away from all my childhood memories to an orphanage, a boarding school. I wasn't happy there. Not because of those military discipline they have brought to us, but because I had a deep feeling inside my heart that my mother had abandoned me. Because all my other 3 siblings, they were staying with mother. Only me was put into hostel. I tried more than a dozen of times climbing the huge wall of, maybe some of you have tried, climbing the huge wall of the hostel and jump over it. And I had walked 28 kilometers, a little 7-year-old boy, walking 28 kilometers towards my home. I was not actually running away from hostel. I was actually running towards my mother's love and care. My expectation was once I reach home, she will hug me, she will feed me. But every time she hold my hand back and drop me back to hostel. It was not working. Tried more than a dozen times. Then I decided I adopted a different survival methodology because I was just begging for the love, but it was not being delivered. I emotionally disconnected myself from my mother and my family. I started focusing on my studies. Full studious guy, top rank guy. 3 decades gone, I became a doctor, I became a lecturer in university, I got married, I got kids, life like made home, everything is set, my wife is sitting here. All looked very successful from outside. Success outside not always looks peaceful. I was actually missing something. I noticed something very unique pattern in my life. Almost 60% of the goals I set, I could not accomplish. Like I have joined a lot of courses, paid fees, but could not complete them. Discipline and organization, it was completely out of my dictionary. Like your shoes here, and your socks here, your towel there, your clothes here. My wife always looks like. That was one of the major reasons she was correcting me last 15 years. Okay. She was complaining that I am not a romantic husband. I'm not emotionally available to her. I noticed that as a father, I was not an expressive father who was loving and hugging my kids. My distance with my family is still there. Maybe we talk once in a year. I was not calling my mother. Not because I don't love her. Actually, I don't know how to express it. I didn't have that expressive love nature in me because it was not taught to me. Why I'm telling all this story to you? It's not because it's very unique story, but during my professional practice last 15 years, I had privileged to interact with tens of thousands of professionals. I've noticed that I am not alone in this world who is having the similar pattern. Many of you even struggling with the invisible pattern of what I am describing. I have interacted with CEOs, business owners, professionals, doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs. All of them looks very successful from outside, but they all were missing some element that is called, I don't know what it is, peace or gratification or happiness. Success from outside, not peaceful from inside. In search of those happiness, many of them trapped in wrong relationship. Some of them was surrounded by a wrong group of friends. Some of them troubled with substance abuses. They knew that it hurts them. They wanted to escape, but they were not able to escape. Even many of you, you wanted to finish your NEET examination or any other competitive examination, but you are unable to focus on your studies. Or you wanted to finish your PhD thesis, but you are running behind deadline and deadline and deadline. Or maybe you want to finish your degree course, or medicine or engineering or whatever it is, but you are just like being that uncle of the class, running behind the backlogs and backlogs. So here is a unique, we think that we are lazy. We think that we are actually indisciplined and procrastinating. And we try so many things to solve it. We try productivity apps. We try to-do list. We try self-help books. We try probably the time management courses. Everything will be okay for how many days? 1 week. After that, again, you are back to the same circle. So in search of the answer for this, I was studying psychology, neuroscience, and human behaviors. One of the study most attracted me was called ACE study, the Adverse Childhood Experience Study done by CDC. It shows that, which was done over 17,000 adults, okay, it's a huge study, which shows that the bad experiences we have at our childhood, which have a strong impact on our adulthood behavior, our mental health, our physical health, our relationships, how do we respond or react to those circumstances and challenges in our late adulthood. It doesn't mean that our future is fixed, our past cannot be changed, the future cannot be changed. No, there is a good news. Neuroscience scientists, they explain it called neuroplasticity. The moment we understand our past, we decode it, we can change the way we react or respond to the similar situations. So one single idea, I wanted to leave you here with all of you that since childhood, pay special attention to this topic. From childhood, we all have a basket on our head. There's something called emotional basket. And we have been collecting rocks. Papa said, you are good for nothing, one rock. Mama said, you are very ungrateful, another rock. Teacher said, you are stupid, another rock. Somebody insulted you, rock. Somebody humiliated you, somebody compared you, somebody bullied you. So you have been collecting those rocks, and the more you keep it on your head, it becomes more heavier in the form of anger, revenge, shame, fear, phobia. And you're trying to walk with that, a basket full of rocks. You want to achieve your goals with this basket on your head? It's difficult to walk. You cannot run, you cannot fly because it's very heavy. Very, 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 very heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, 8 years ago, I had a privilege or a miraculous experience. I had attended a transformational program where I deeply immersed to myself, where I realized that most of my problems were connected to my childhood. Immediately after that transformation program, I went to the most bravest woman in this world. She was courageous enough to drop her 6-year-old boy to that orphanage, thinking that he will make her proud one day. It was not because she was not loving him. My basket felt very lighter. I hugged her very deeply, very sincerely. First time in my life. First time. I was 35-year-old. I went back to my hostel. I met all my caretakers. I thanked them for taking care of me. I thanked them for teaching me, trying to teaching me discipline, trying to. Because she says I'm not yet. Ladies and gentlemen, we all spend a lot of time putting a lot of effort shaping our future. What we often miss, do you know what it is? The biggest obstacle, what is actually stopping us from achieving our goal is not standing in front of us. It is actually the younger version of ourselves. It is hooking you from behind. Shh, what? I want to be listened, heard. I want to be understood. I want to be cared. I want to be loved. The moment you start listening to him, there starts the transformation. So our past should explain or can explain what we are today, but it cannot define our future. Ladies and gentlemen, our freedom starts when we all have this basket on our head. Freedom starts when we put this basket down, which is very heavy. Freedom starts when we release this hook of our younger version and start listening to him. Ladies and gentlemen, as we leave, I want to ask you 2 questions. What are the rocks, big rocks, you are still carrying since childhood on your head, and that is not letting you fly? What is those childhood emotions still haunting you, hooking you from behind, which is not letting you achieve your goals, that is making you lazy and there is no achievement orientation for you? Let us understand our past. Let us decode it, and let us change the way we react or we respond or we form our behavioral patterns to our younger version of the child, so that our freedom, our future are free to fly. Put your basket down, please. Thank you.